Hello everyone, welcome to Learning Techniques. I'm your host Hemant Gangwar, and today we are going to discuss something about Tmux. Tmux is an open source terminal multiplexer. So if you are working on a single window on a system and you want to perform some other task, so either thing you have to open a new put your terminal session and then switch to it. Imagine the situation when you have multiple sessions to work with for a single system or a server. So Tmux will be very handy. It will split your screen as per you require. You can also run the processes in your background so that you can switch to a particular terminal later on. So that's all from the theory part. Let's move towards a practical session for it. So once you invoke the Tmux binary from the system, you can simply see all the available commands through a control B following by a question mark symbol. So let's switch to a terminal and see how it helps us. So that's a Red Hat 6 server. You can simply download the packages through internet or from the Red Hat repositories. Invoking is pretty simple. Just run a tmux command and you enter in a tmux shell. So now in order to see the available commands, first press a control and a B. After that, if you want, you can wait. And now then put a question mark. So it will show you all the available options that it provides. Okay, so when we saw that, now switch to the next command that it provides us. So the first thing is vertical splitting your screen. You have to provide a control V followed by a percentage symbol. Remember, if your keyboard doesn't support a direct percentage symbol, you might have to press it with a shift combination. But don't hassle your fingers by first pressing control and a B and this. Once you pick a control B, you can wait, and after a few seconds you can also press. So it's not mandatory that all the keys need to be pressed at the same time. So for the vertical splitting, let's see control and B. After that, I'll press a percentage symbol. For me, it's a shift and a 5. So you can see now my screen is split into a vertically based 2 sessions. Now, if I want to perform a horizontal splitting, I can again perform a control B and then followed by a double quotes. So it performed a horizontal splitting for me. Since I'm in a single session, whatever my current terminal or whatever my current pane I am in, it will perform the next section on that only. So if I perform a vertical one again, that will be performed on my third pane, which is currently selected. So let's do a curve control B and do a percent symbol, and you can see now it's split it again. So that's very handy. When you work, you have to see some logs, you have to monitor some files, some stats. So let's move back to our slide and see what's next. Horizontal splitting, we already saw. Now moving to a next pane, that's important. You need to switch to different panes to run the command. So that will be control B plus O. So let's try to see some files from here or some word counts from here. Let's see var log secure. So it will show you how many lines it has. Now you want to switch back, perform a control B and a O. So that will switch back to the next pane. Now here you can perform some commands like tailf var log messages. Meantime, they are being rotated or they are being displayed on the screen. You can again move to the next pane using control B and a O. So you move to the next session. Now you can perform some other commands from here. Now, if you want, you can switch to another box as well. Okay, so I switched to another system. So my single terminal is very productive now. I can do anything like split into any screens. I don't have to switch to the putties to perform all this. Now, how you will come out? So to come out from a session, you need to perform a control B followed by a X. So it will delete the current session only. Now I'm in this session, so let me perform a control B followed by a X. It will ask me if I want to delete it or not. I'll give a Y and it's killed. Again, and I can perform a control B followed by a X, and it'll ask me if I want to do it or not. So similarly, you can increase or decrease your panes as per your requirements. If you perform a control C, it will execute a command, but it'll again perform a control C, it won't do again. So it's always prescribed to delete it gracefully. So I'm cleaning my panes again, control B, and then a X, and I'm out from all my terminals. Now Tmux is closed. Now, if you want to run some command at the backend and you don't want to stay on putty every time, like you're running some yum update command or something like that, and you have a fear that your putty session can lose, so you can also run in a backend session. So for that, we can execute a new session first using tmux new and a session name. Then you can detach using a D option, and then you can reattach. Let's see in action how we can perform that. So tmux new -s session name, it can be demo1. So now I'm attached to the session. Now I can perform my command. Maybe it's like var log messages, stealing the file. So now it's running at the backend. I can perform a control B and a D so that my session is detached. Now how I will reattach to the session is tmux attach -session -t, the terminal and the terminal name. It is demo1. And so you are again reattached back. Now from here, you can create new sessions like we discussed earlier, or you can also delete the current session if you want and come out of the pane. So let's first delete this thing and delete the session. So in this way, you can play with Tmux. It's a very strong and a very beautiful command. Once you will start using it, you will definitely fall in love with that. So with that, we are going to close our demo over here. I hope that's helpful for you. If you find it good, do share with your friends, contacts, and help others to learn.